Welcome to the Mommy and Daddy podcast. Cast. Brought to you by Walmart, Target, Starbucks, oil companies. How are you, baby Neil?
I'm great. I'm just realizing right now that I know nothing about what you do with
you can't see
the recording shit. Yeah, that I just like sit here looking pretty.
I don't do it well. We've had a couple issues, but we do it okay.
Yeah. Every week, more and more issues.
Every week, I'm getting a little less detail oriented and more things are going wrong and edits are taking a little bit longer because I'm ruining things.
We thought we would put this out weekly. Turns out it might be every 9 to 10 days.
Yeah, we're going to do it by
depending on what issues we face.
Yeah, most people go like 1 week, every 2 weeks. We're going to do it every little bit. I just took out my headphones because I couldn't hear shit through them. So I just messed that up. We're going no headies.
We love no.
Dorium.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you because I did this yesterday.
What? Are you going to ask me something so whack off the top?
No, it's not that whack. It's just something that I did and I was like, I bet you not enough people do this.
Okay.
So you know when you make pasta? Mm-hmm. Have you ever made pasta before? Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you...
Familiar.
So you know how you like usually put it in hot water? You boil water.
Okay.
And you put the pasta in.
Yeah.
Do you always let the water boil before you put the pasta in?
I do.
Yeah, like you have a full boil?
A lot of people don't.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm saying, why would you? Because here's my thing. I look into the pot of water, and I'm like, it's hot in there.
Sure.
You can tell it's hot. It's like starting to like fizzle at the bottom. Like a little fizzly pot.
Yeah, you got the fizz going.
Yeah, a little Fanta fizz coming up from the bottom. I'm like, good enough.
Little San Pellegrino.
And every pasta bag has it's like 8 to 9 minutes, let's say.
Sure.
So I'm like, why don't I just throw this in now for like 9.5 to 10 minutes because it's not boiling.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting another 4 minutes for it to boil, boom, I just saved 3 minutes of my life.
Right. Well, I think it's the same amount of time.
No. It's different. It's different.
Okay.
Because when it's starting to fizz, it takes a good 3 or 4 minutes before it's
a
full boil.
Don't you think a full boil is so satisfying, though? It's like you didn't even let it come.
I feel like you did let it.
You didn't let the water come.
I think it's the opposite. I think you're letting the water come.
Okay.
Is the bubbling an orgasm from water?
So we have different ideas, and that's why you're a man and I'm a woman.
I actually think that just explains a lot. If you're a woman out there, I'm so sorry.
Let's get some some Italians on the pasta topic here.
No, because they'll hate me.
Yeah, no, they will for sure. Yeah, I think for me, I'm usually not around, and then I'm like, oh, it's boiling. Like I'm not watching it. Do you know what I mean?
That terrifies me.
I know.
You like put it on the boil, and then you like go take a shower. And then
it's exploding over the top.
Yeah, the little psh. Yeah. Maybe that's the water.
You know what? I will do the fizzy fizz.
Talk to me, Fizz.
Fizz boys. Tea with the kettle with my hot water kettle.
Yeah.
I'll see it fizzing and then I take it off because I actually don't want it to be boiling hot. Tea?
Okay, wait, time out. What do you mean? Okay, in a kettle, you see it fizzing.
Like a hot water, what is that? Okay.
A pot? So,
not a pot.
I feel like every kettle I've ever seen, you can't see the water in it.
Yeah, mine you can. And there are the electrical ones that you plug in.
Right.
They're clear.
Yeah.
And you can see the water.
That sounds great. All the electrical ones I plug in are
So
like
this
black.
is funny. I have bad history with this because growing up, we had an electrical one that you plugged in.
Right.
And one time I put it on the stove and it just melted into the stove. And then there was black fumes going up my staircase. And this was actually when I was 15 years old, maybe.
Okay.
And then the best part of this is that my sister saw me going to do it again after we had gotten our stove fixed because I ruined it because wax or whatever melted. Definitely
you thought,
not.
Let's try it one more time.
Yeah, no. I was used to, putting it on the stove.
I don't hate that by you. I don't hate that by you. Common to arbitrary. What did I just try? What's that phrase?
No, please.
What's the phrase? Like to to common belief, like contrary to popular belief. That's what I was trying to say. Contrary to popular belief, I don't mind you black smoking your house.
Rolls off the tongue, baby.
That came out smooth as butter.
Common actor, singer.
Okay, fine. I've had half a White Claw. We're going to the Jays game tonight. Mommy
and Daddy do the Jays game.
Do you guys want to come with us? We're going to invite everyone who listens to our podcast to come tonight.
Yeah, we're so excited. So we are loving
fame.
We're putting,
Fame.
we're putting out our clips, segments. And, people are mostly loving it. And then,
I've seen a dark side. I'm not used to this.
So Jim is used to everyone just hanging off his dicky.
Little dicky. Praising me, saying like, oh, you're so nice. And like, this is so palatable.
Exactly. Yeah, palatable.
My TikToks have been so palatable.
Yeah.
But now I'm sort of risking some things and saying things like areola.
The bad guy over here.
Yeah. I don't want to say I'm blue yet. I'm working blue, but I'm working mahogany.
But you decided to do this with me.
Wood.
So yeah, we have got some comments saying, oh, not everyone should do a podcast.
You don't even need to do this. That's what the comments said.
Yeah. And you know what, buddy? We agree. Okay,
I could not agree more.
I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this.
Well, I wasn't going to say that. I want to do it. I want to do this still.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah. I also listened to our full podcast before saying that. We talk about a bevy of issues.
I think we are likable and everyone needs us. Everyone needs us in their
Follow along Mommy&Daddy Pod. We just hit 800 followers on the gram. Unreal. YouTube, great. Your one clip did pretty well. I was going to say, too, I've been chirped on you posting your clip. Like, I've been chirped more on your page than I've ever been chirped on my own.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like
no
100
doubt.
videos in.
Yeah.
There were like 5 people just
what
like,
people
this guy
saying,
seems lame.
Oh, about you?
Yeah.
Too, not even about me? That's
they're
so
just
funny.
roasting me on yours because it's your page.
I got some roasts about you actually recently too on my page.
That's
saying
what I'm
like
talking
that guy
about.
sucks. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you posted our shit.
I do,
too.
but I don't get roasted on mine. I only get roasted on your page
so
because you're a
funny.
female comedian and I'm sick of working with female comedians because they get roasted.
Everyone just that's most of what I deal with. But here's another comment that I love is like, why do you have to say everything that comes into your head? Something should be private. Your future employer is going to know about this. Everything's on the internet, blah, blah, blah. And here's what I have to say to that is I think that's why I recently did not get into teacher's college.
No. Very honest moment very candid moment from Steph.
So I applied to teacher's college. And I told everyone that I know. This is what I told them. I said, I'm going to teacher's college.
Right.
And I, in fact, am not. I, in fact, am not going because I didn't get and a lot of people have said, well, it's just not meant to be, and it's, this is what you're supposed to be doing. But here's the thing. What's also not meant to be, my grades weren't good enough, So
I had to go back before I started school again. I had to do a full year of like university courses.
Yeah. So I
go Huskies.
I will not be doing that.
No, I wouldn't recommend that. Or like do it if you actually really want to do it. Then I would recommend.
The thing is that I just want summers off and pretty sick pay. And I don't mind kids.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of teacher strikes going on, and a lot of people outside of the teachers world. I get it. But a lot of people outside the teachers world are like, you get fucking 6 months of the year off, dude. What are you striking about?
It's a sick job in Canada. It's really sweet.
Is it?
Well,
or do you have like a class of like 48 kids running amok?
Sure. Yeah. And I mean, I'm sure it's not always ideal and they probably have a right to strike. I'm not going to get to,
Let's just blast the teachers union.
Fuck you guys.
You idiots.
We know nothing about it, but
You guys have blown it.
That's okay. I've been putting out some pretty disgusting shit on the internet for a while now. Really just not having to...
What are the odds of that? Like, do you think...
What are the odds of me putting disgusting shit on the internet?
That's 100%.
Pretty good.
Especially now that teachers college is a no guy. But I'm like, what are the odds they actually looked it up ahead of time?
I don't know.
They have so many applicants. They have so many people that apply to school that are like, do you think they creep everybody's like gram? That's unfair for a comedian to try and have a job.
Right.
But then also you're being a comedian. That's on you.
I know. And it's also like, you don't have to, like, no one's forcing me to be disgusting. I love it. You know what I mean?
That's like your thing, though.
It is. And
you disgusting rat.
And I think it should be like talked about more. And it's like everyone needs a cute blonde woman on their Instagram telling them to nut 1,000 times.
Take a nut nap. Take a nut nap. We love a nut nap.
You should all go and have a nut nap after the podcast.
Yanked one out to us talking about politics and unions.
Well, I had, my sponsorship with my, so fidgety. And this perfect segue. I had my sponsorship with my dildo vibrator company during the pandemic because I was telling jokes into my vibrator. Like, it was a microphone, and then they went viral.
That was your TikTok thing.
Yeah. And I like to think that a lot of my friends bought a Steph baby, is what we like to call them, and probably still use them. We're all riding the same wave together, and they're all kind of thinking of me while they're vibrating.
Do you think someone's ever like pulled it out and been like, I'm about to organism because of Steph?
Yeah. I'm part of their spank bank now.
Interesting. In like a weird way.
Yeah, by default.
Like not anything horny, just you being like, here's 15% off your nut.
They're like, wow, now that I'm thinking about stuff, baby, I don't even have to turn Pornhub on.
Normalize calling female orgasm nuts, by the way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, really normalize that, please. Please, would somebody normalize? Because I've been getting in a lot of shit for that.
Is on our...
No, just a lot of the time, like, why didn't you nut? Why didn't you nut?
Right.
Why didn't you nut?
Oh,
yeah, things like that.
Are you nutting yet?
Are you nutting right now?
You're nutting, right? Oh, you'll know when I'm nutting.
Do you ever just practice saying that to yourself in a mirror? Are you nutting? Like trying to like find a sexy way to say it. Like, are you nutting? So you know, are you nutting?
Maybe with the wink. That's good.
Yeah.
You should definitely. When you're like going down on a girl, wink, buddy.
They're not going to see it though. The lights are so dark when I'm involved. You do not need lights on to see this happening. You kidding me?
That's great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Mommy and Daddy podcast,
what?
everybody.
That's our intro?
Yeah, that's our intro. That's our little EP before we get nibbling. I feel like that happens all the time. You have like a first intro thing.
Fair enough. It just felt long.
Yeah. Yeah, we're like a third of the way through the podcast for sure.
Felt long.
We're keeping it short. We got to go to the game tonight.
Yeah, we're going to the game.
I love sports games.
We are going to the game.
What's your favorite condiment to put on a hot dog?
Mustard.
That's fucked.
Why? What's yours?
Ketchup. Mustard. No. If you could only put one?
Yeah, mustard.
No. Mustard is an accessory. You can't go just mustard, you dead case.
If I had to pick between ketchup and mustard, I'm going mustard.
For just one.
Yes. Why is this a debate if you think there's a right answer, you fucking cuck?
Because there is a right answer. And I was trying to make sure.
I need to stop calling you a cuck.
Are you called me?
I've been doing that a lot lately.
You've been calling me, just me a cuck?
Yeah.
I've never heard you call me a cuck. Who've been calling me a cuck to? You just calling me a cuck to other people?
That a lot lately. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
That explains a lot of the messages I've been getting.
Yeah.
Well, a cuck's when you watch, right?
Yeah, sure, buddy.
What?
Yeah.
No, okay, but honestly, even if you were like, I'm putting like pickles on, I'd be like, all right, I vibe with that. No, that's weird.
I love mustard, okay?
Honey,
I love it.
Dijon?
I love every kind of mustard. Yellow mustard, Dijon, spicy horseradish, fucking...
That's horseradish.
Mustard, yeah.
Oh, okay. What's your...
number one mustard?
No, I don't care about that. I was going to say, I have ketchup, mayo, and barbecue sauce ahead of mustard. If I'm going solo...
I respect mayo because I fuck with mayo.
Oh my God, mayo is so good.
Mayo is so good. Would you eat mayo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like with a spoon out of a jar?
I've been known to do a deconstructed BLT, which is just bacon dipped into mayo.
That's not deconstructed. That's like missing 9 of the
That's
things.
the joke, buddy.
Oh! You just dip bacon into mayo?
Yeah.
Like the jar of
Yeah.
mayo. And there's just grease laying in the jar of mayo. So the next time someone goes to use the
jar,
mayo.
not the jar. You put it on a plate. I'm not an animal. I'm not.
Dude, you are an animal.
disgusting.
The way you eat snacks... At Brock University, this is the grossest thing, and you brought it down a little bit, but you used to go full fit. You would pick up a little nibbler. Imagine this, a little taster in the finger. If you're not watching on YouTube right now, do it. So you would pick up, when you eat snacks, you pick it up, and then you have a whole fucking finger in your mouth. Your whole hand.
I've gone from like my whole fingers to like just the tips of my fingers, but
So only your nails get covered
like
in.
if I'm eating smart food,
Dude, we would go
and
to
then
the-
I would like type. I would type on my keyboard right after.
Yeah, we like
Nasty shit.
snack. Go to a bar, and you'd be at the bar, and like your right hand was like wet with crumbs all over. Cheetos. Ugh.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's not perfect. Okay.
But she's close. And just what's your favorite solid thing to put on a hot dog?
The hot dog. Onion. If there's onion,
Yeah.
I'm into that. Like
Okay.
a chopped white
Sliced. Sliced.
diced and sliced. But onion is also one of my favorite
Okay.
foods.
So now you got a foot long coming out of the underground hot dog stand.
Yeah.
What do you put on it? Top to bottom. You can do whatever.
I'm with most things like sandwiches or hot dogs and stuff. Like, give me the works.
Works.
I'm like, give me the works.
What are the works though?
The works is everything.
Yeah, but like what is everything on a hot dog?
Everything.
Like what on a hot dog stand? Like what is everything?
A hot dog stand, you have a lot of options. You know, banana peppers. Are you a relish guy?
No.
Yeah.
And you know why? Just my parents love relish so much, and it turned me off.
That's
of
so
relish.
funny. There are certain things that our parents eat that I feel like, yeah.
Milk and relish.
Milk and relish. It sounds like Will, actually. It's our Will's two favorite things.
That's his favorite breakfast on earth. Relish, I'm just like, I would rather cut up something to put on it that's relishy.
Yeah, yeah.
So relish,
Like pickly.
Pickle,
like pickles.
onion,
Oh, yeah,
hot
pickles.
peppers.
Pickles.
I go pickles.
Yeah.
Ketchup, hear me out. This is a perfect hot dog. I don't even eat meat. Perfect veggie dog. And if you disagree, you're an idiot. Ketchup, mayo, barbecue sauce, pickle, onion. Slap
Banana
me around.
pepper. You know what's
Slap me
weird?
around and
That's-
make me your nanny. That's a hot dog.
Banana peppers and barbecue sauce are a really good combo, so I would suggest doing that. Are you a sauerkraut guy?
No, never even thought about
I'm like
it.
asking these earnestly, and I like don't care if you are a sauerkraut guy or not.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
think we
mean?
could've-
I
I
love that
think-
we're doing the segment, and it's like, yeah, no, could rather.
It actually looked, if you really go back to the...
Are you a sauerkraut guy? No, so you are sure.
I'm
like,
learning
I don't
something
give
so
a fuck.
fascinating about you.
Yeah.
If you go back to the start of this convo, you were literally about to start a topic, and then real quick, I was like, we're going to the game. What kind of hot dog would you like?
Right.
And now you're like, giving me the nuances of sauerkraut.
So this brings us to our next segment, sauerkraut.
Is it sour or is it kraut?
Actually, I was, never mind. I was feeling sick recently, and I had a little bit of sauerkraut because when it's fermented shit is good when you have like a stomach thing going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to lately. We went to our friend's play, and it was great. And this is so jokes that I keep bringing things up that I want to promote, but
It'll be over.
It'll be over
It's
by the time
over.
you're. And also, I went last night and said after the show to our lovely friend Caitlin Rice, who's an amazing actor, and she was so good in it. And I was like, it was so good. You were so good. I wish I could see it again. And she's like, well, you could have come earlier.
And seen it
And then
again.
seen it,
but I
and
didn't know
then-
you were good yet.
Yeah, I couldn't.
We don't know
bring
how good
myself
she is.
to go to a play by myself because it's humiliating. But actually, I had a great time.
Going to things alone is
I'm
sick.
going to go to more theater alone. I think I felt I
want to see this
I'm-
because this is a very easy thing
It's
to
a
say you're going to do and
I
not
know.
do.
I know.
Very easy thing to do.
There was also this guy beside me that was laughing at really inappropriate things because they were saying they gave like a slurs. They gave a trigger warning too. They were like, if this is ever uncomfortable, and I was thinking like, yeah, you know, leave. someone might leave because it's uncomfortable. And he was just like, anytime that the character was like, you know, racist or homophobic, he was like laughing like in on the joke.
Yeah. It wasn't like, oh, they're going
and I
there.
was like, alrighty.
He probably loves our clips. Kidding. Sorry, that made us sound. That's not what I meant.
But this brings me to. I think that the viewers would really love this, and I think it would be such a treat if you could do a monologue right now. A minute-long monologue improvised on the spot.
About what?
Anything.
You know what? As soon as you said monologue, you know what I almost kind of remember? Mm-hmm. I remember the start of my monologue when we were in High School Musical. To start.
That's funny.
Yo, yo, yo. Never mind. I clearly don't.
Yeah, no.
It's the Velvet Fog of East High. Whatever my name.
Oh, okay.
Jack Scott.
Yeah.
Coming at you with the 411. I like kind of remember my first.
That's great. But I would like an improvised monologue.
Give me a style. Give me what it's about, and give me
drama. I want like drama.
Yep.
It's going to be about your favorite place to go as a child. Your favorite, you know, place to escape as a child, and your intention is that you're traumatized.
Traumatized, favorite place to go as a child, very dramatic. Here's a monologue. My graveyard. My favorite graveyard on earth. Here lies my mother. I never got to meet her. Really. When I came out, she was but dust. A warm, compact lump of dust. The doctor said the moment I popped out of her pussy, her heart stopped. Not metaphorically, literally. Complication central. Growing up, I always visited the graveyard alone. My dad was never really there, and at 2, it seemed like a cool place to go dig up worms. Instead of... Shut up, man. I'm doing a fucking monologue. Instead of leaving flowers, I would leave her a bed of worms. And as a tribute to her, I would always eat one worm on my way out to remind me of how I squirmed out of her hot, dying body.
Standing ovation. I knew. Okay, you're always so good at this kind of improvised shit because it always comes full circle. You know, there's always a theme. It's always...
Was there a theme there?
Worms.
Worms. You know what the name of that play is? Worms. Fucking watch it. Go to Broadway.
I go to see a play by myself after like, I just love like the themes like loss, you know, worms.
What was it about? Loss, childhood trauma, worms, a lot of worms. Well, that really brought down my energy. Just kidding.
I thought that was good. No, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. This was your thing. This was your thing.
This is my thing that I didn't know was happening. I remember my old room and I used to write monologues that were just like so full of shit. And then we would read them to each other and be like, this is what we're doing in class.
It's so funny. I
had one about like...
monologues are so
a
unnecessary.
Nightmare about sharks.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like...
It's always a nightmare. It's always in a dream.
I'm swimming.
Yeah, yeah.
And the sharks are beneath me.
And my arms aren't attached, but they are.
They're in the sharks' blowhole. Do sharks have blowholes? I don't think sharks have blowholes.
I mean,
anyway, we should see more theater. So, we have a degree in theater each.
We're sharing one degree.
We're sharing 100% in our biology class. Remember we had to do a science class at Brock?
Yes.
And we had to do bio, and we showed up one day, couple drinks in. And I was so vocal in that class. I was like answering the questions. And the teacher was like, wrong.
I think that's the only day we went. No, I remember going to the lecture.
I think we went to the first 2.
Okay, maybe. But yeah, we each got 50%. I was prepared to fail that class fully, and I was going to argue because we had to study cancer that my dad died of cancer, that it was a struggle for me.
And then I was like, I don't have an excuse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard that.
Yeah, heard
that. Sure. We're talking about, I remember B carotenes, and that's like all I remember. That was actually my main worry going into nursing school was the fact that I had a 50 at Brock in the simplest of biologies. I was like, they're going to look at this and be like, no, God.
Was my worry as well. I was thinking about that when you told me you were applying to nursing school. It's like, well, the last time you did science.
Do you think that's why you didn't get into teacher's college? Sorry.
Just a number of reasons. Throw it onto the fucking list, buddy. Throw it on.
Go up. Let's get your marks. Let's do like 2 credits.
I'll do it. When I'm 40,
but also this
45.
is taken off. This lineup's crisp, man. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, you look good.
Our barbers love our show, by the way. They were like
great.
yelling across at each other while they were cutting hair.
So jokes.
But about you. You're talking about a credit score. That was the main thing. Leafs got rid of Dubas.
Yeah.
Next topic. How do you feel? What's up? What else is on your list?
Shout out to Cable. We want Cable
to sponsor us?
To be our sponsor. So Cable, if you're listening, okay, so we were watching the Leafs game when they washed on a friend's rooftop and there's a restaurant beneath us. Under.
Wait,
does this make sense?
Okay, tell me.
Am I painting
You live on top of a bar.
A friend does.
That's so sick.
It's very sick. And we were, streaming the game. And then how normally like a TV, when it's a little bit earlier, you can hear the cheers. Yeah, the cheers. We would hear the cheer like a good minute and a half.
See, that's...
And it's brutal. And you're also watching it, you're knowing like, oh, I haven't heard a cheer, so there's no way they have scored. Like, you can never really... So then for overtime, we decide to go to that place. You
have to.
But this is funny. I was like, well, I'm confused because it is Cable that we're watching, like, because we've like connected it from the Bell TV app. I'm like, that's Cable.
The apps are always like a minute
behind.
behind.
I'm like, that's Cable. And then what someone pointed out to me was Cable is through a cable.
Yeah, it is. I've never thought of it that way, but it is. I have a cable cord, buddy. I think.
You have a cable.
They still have those little holes in the walls for cable. Yeah. They're on it. But that was my main issue. We talked about this on the first podcast when the Raptors won the championship.
And we'll always circle back to this. It was
such a chaotic last minute, and there's like all these fouls and all this stuff, and we're kind of like, whoa. And then all of a sudden everyone just started going berserk, and like someone was at the free throw line, and I was like, we won.
No. I feel like there's not many things that would get you pissed off, and that would get you
fucking rattled.
I mean, and I respect that full-heartedly. I was kind of like, I thought it was fun listening to it and being like, ooh, are they gonna?
It's coming.
Yeah, are they gonna? But no one else shared that sentiment.
Who would you trade? Who would you trade? What would you trade for? Who'd you trade them to?
I don't know about that. I just want Mitch Marner.
Here's my thing. Okay, here's where I've leaned into, and this has happened since the Raptors won. Yeah. Then I'm like, I feel like that was my biggest one that I wanted. Mm-hmm. Second would be Jays. We're going to a game tonight. Shout out my sweater. That was so stupid.
We're going to a game, and you're all coming with us.
With sauerkraut. I feel like for me now, I'm looking at sports.
Sauerkraut would be a sick drag name, actually. Sour, like,
you think so?
Sour is your first, and like kraut. Sauerkraut.
Really?
Yeah, I like that.
Like she's a sauerkraut.
Yeah.
Like for a
like
German.
She's sour. Yeah.
Like a sour German.
Yeah, it would be a
drag.
German drag queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Anyways, just writing that down on my list of drag.
Have you ever done drag?
No.
Okay. I don't know what the shit you've done.
Yeah, I know. I do a lot of shit that you don't know about. You know everything, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. I was like, she hasn't. But what if you did?
It would be cool. And my name would be...
Sour puss.
Actually, that reminds me a bit of Olivia Stadler has suggested once that for a drag name to be Sarah Tonin.
Yeah,
which
that's
is really funny. Yeah.
That's a good one.
Shout out Ostads.
Billy Shakes. I always thought if I had a stripper name or like an OnlyFans, it would be Billy Shakes. And I would do like sexy monologues and sonnets while I hump.
Oh, that's a good little gig.
My hips.
That's like kind of one note though, like you can only really be.
Yeah, but like think about this though. It's your Bachelorette.
Okay, now we're talking.
It's your Bachelorette. The fucking crew's like, we got this guy rocking in. He's a top tier stripper. Daddy walks in with fucking the floofs from the Shakespeare era. I'm like 1560 or wherever the fuck he was from. I come in and I got like a whole like poofy chest shit. I start ripping it and be like, to come or not to come, like that sort of shit. And I'm doing it. They're like, you kind of have a little bit of a pot belly for a skinny guy. I'm like, damn right I do, mommy. And I'm like, I can't
real skinny arms though.
Yeah, they're real skinny arms. And I'm sort of like, I'm like on her and I'm like doing this shit. And I'm like, thou shalt cometh if thou shalt be.
That's good.
Here comes mommy and here comes daddy.
I send this dicketh upon.
Yeah. I strippeth for the dicketh.
Really? So I strippeth for the dicketh on a banner.
That's the name of this podcast.
On a scroll.
Oh, you can scroll and be like, next up.
Scroll on these bitches.
Oh, I heard there's a wedding about or some shit. I want a bachelor party now and I don't want to get married.
I want to hire you for my friend's bachelorette.
Dude, that would be unreal.
That's actually just my way to get you to come to a bachelorette because you'd be so much fun.
Can the girlies out there invite the kid to a goddamn bachelorette?
I actually think if any guy is going to get invited to bachelorettes, it's you.
I would agree, but who would invite me?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's fuck that you...
Okay, so our new thing is normalize going to whatever.
I'm inviting you if I have a bachelorette.
I would invite you.
It would be fucked if I didn't.
You're planning my bachelor party.
Yeah.
I would be like, you are planning my bachelor party? Here's Riggsy and Kinger in a group chat.
That's so good.
Karen's going to write things down.
No, Kinger's going to be logical. Actually, Riggsy and Kinger are logical.
Exactly.
I'm going to be like, what drugs are we doing?
No. If you're listening to this, no. I think you just throw out ideas and be like, these 3 things are fun. And then
for sure,
Kinger would be like, logistically, these are what there is. I'll book it. Riggsy would be like, here's what everything costs. We need to gather the funds.
Riggsy, what's your credit card number? Mommy's going to go.
Mommy's ringing up some charges. Okay, now I really want you to get married and go to your bachelor.
Yeah.
Is it cool to go to both?
Wait, if you and I go to both? Or what do you mean?
So let's say
if
you got married.
Marry like Will and you. Yeah.
Let's say this happened tomorrow.
Yeah. I think you would go to both.
I would want to go to both. Yeah. I would be devastated if you had it the same day. Unless you combined it. Would you combine it?
No.
Okay. I know some people that, or do like a day of one.
I really want my mom to come to my, because she is so fun. I actually said that, like, I'm less worried about my mom judging me than, like, most people judge me. You know what I mean?
If you had, like, 15 girlies, Losey, and your mom there.
Yeah, how good would that be? Out of,
like, the 15, your mom would judge you, like, the second least.
Totally.
And I'd be, like, 5th.
I'm more scared of my sister than I am of my mom.
Oh, my God, 100%. All 3?
Yeah.
No, one of them would party. One of them would be number 1, then number 2, your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would all party.
No, they would. They would.
In the name of...
But one would with no judgment.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
My mom.
My mom's my sister.
And that's my mom.
I've gone to 2 bachelor parties with 2 dads.
Right.
And it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The hockey jersey I own because of one of them.
Right.
We're not going to get into details of that,
fun.
But it's hilarious.
They were there the whole time.
Yeah.
The dads were there the whole time.
And it was unreal.
So no sus shit. Because I told you about... Oh, really? Strip rippers? Were you spanking booties? No?
No.
Woo! Yeah.
Kenny Chesney in Detroit.
Was so good.
The funnest
that would turn
2 days
anyone
of my
into
life.
a country music fan, in my opinion. I would
Old Dominion?
Yeah.
It was the best show I've ever seen in my life.
That's so good.
It was
country
so fun.
music is so horny. I want to fucking go to a country club.
It was like Carly. Do you know the country singer Carly? Not Ray Jebs.
Yeah.
It was like,
I actually don't think I do.
Okay, it was like an opener Carly, who our one buddy was like, she's unreal. I love her.
Cool.
So we got there at like 5:30. We went to a Tigers game 1-4.
Yeah.
Steaming by that point. Just absolutely bathhoused.
Yeah. Bathhouse jokes.
Like we had some fallen units, dude. Yeah, have you seen the movie Fury?
Your friends too, when they get fucked up, it's like...
It's London fucked
totally,
up.
Like, okay.
And it was the best show I've ever seen live. And I remember being like, drinks in.
Yeah.
And I remember watching them, and I had like the weirdest 3 minutes where I just didn't talk to anyone. And I was watching, I was like, I'm going to do this one day. Like, I'm going to fill this place. Like, this is the best performance I've ever seen. And looking back on it, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever.
Yeah, that's pathetic.
It's pathetic. And then I don't know why I was alone. I think Kinger was just
Fucking
grabbing
pathetic.
19 beers for the kid.
19.
Also, our buddy, I'm trying to name names, went into the washroom with sunglasses on his head at the concert. Went down to piss, sunglasses fell off in the toilet, left him. Next morning, we're going back, same sunglasses on. We're like, what happened? He's like, I just brought 2 of the same pair.
No way. To like Oakley.
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
But I'm going to call out Old Dominion, lit as hell. And then
You know,
the
they
band
need
after,
this. They need the support from our podcast.
the band after though was like I've got 10,000 hours. That band?
Okay, yeah.
Danny O'Shea. Is that it?
Oh, yeah.
Brutal,
There's
dude.
Tequila or whatever, Dan and Shay or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful vibe killer after Old Dominion put on the best concert of all time.
Hot take, Jimmy. Hot take.
Everyone's like, here's the thing though, they're playing like sad songs and Old Dominion left and we were all like, ah!
Oh, fair enough.
We were so jammed up.
Just the vibe. Yeah.
And then Kenny Chesney came out, and I've never seen a man more ripped in his 50s in my life. Dude, this guy flew
You
out.
haven't seen Tim Raw.
No, this guy would beat the Christ out of him McGraw, dude. That's him McGraw. We got
him.
Nick McGraw. Dude, this guy ran out, and I remember Gunsy and I looked at each other. We're like, Chesney is big. And I didn't know a single song at the time of my life, man. I got videos
You
of
just
me like
half chub
adults.
for his like shoulders the whole
He
time.
came out and was like wearing the denim shirt. Maybe it was denim.
Yeah.
And his arms were
Probably flannel.
pythons.
I'm gonna say flannel. That's amazing.
Planned
did
my
you
bachelor
see,
party.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
wait, time out. Let's plan. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you see the Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman at Taylor Swift's concert recently, where they're like just having a good time in the like VIP section? There's
Right.
all like her,
I
like
can't
Taylor Swift's like
believe-
model friends who are like oddly obsessed with her music, which I'm like, okay, you've heard these songs enough times.
A hype in for a model, though.
Yeah. Anyways, he like was just doing a selfie with him and Nicole, and then Phoebe Bridgers and Bo Burnham are in the back making out, and like he had. Here's the thing though. It's almost like did he know what he was doing? Because he just hard launched their
Dude,
their relationship.
Hard launch,
making out. I'm so jealous of Phoebe Bridgers. I also think she's so hot. So I
have a
want to
quick, really
make out with her and make out with every guy that she's been with. You
So,
know what
like,
I mean?
for some viewers who might not know exactly who Phoebe Bridges is, can you describe
What?
who Phoebe Bridges is?
You're also saying her name wrong. Phoebe Bridgers.
Okay.
And
Who exactly?
she's like a very major indie music star.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Okay, you say enough fucking athletes' name and shit that people might not understand.
Yeah, that's why I was
think
just
Phoebe Bridgers
clarifying.
she's like an
indie music.
A-list star
Great.
right now. Yeah,
She is an A-list?
I think so.
Okay. So I thought she might be B. No, but if you're going Bowie,
I think she's in terms of
Bro Burnham.
she's going Bo Burnham.
Okay, hype,
Yeah.
sick. Keith Urban hard launched their relationship.
Yeah. Just in
Dude, he had to know.
I know, right?
That'd be
but also,
so
I
gutty.
think Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman are like the most clueless two people in a relationship that ever exists. Like
They're probably like 60 and they just don't give a shit.
they just look like they're blissed out all the time, and yeah, they're just in their own world, man. I think they're in their own world.
Okay, so Keith Urban
Yeah.
hard launched Bro Burnham and Phoebe Bridgers. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it, boys.
You need to listen to Phoebe Bridgers. It'll fuck you up. It'll fuck you up.
Why? Is it like horny?
No, it's like breakup music. It's really
So it's
good.
horny.
It's
Nothing's hornier than a breakup, dude.
Hell yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the horniest 8 days of my life have been post BU, dude. Brock
enough.
University. No, I'm kidding. I've never really had one. What is... Okay, so time out. Who would you want to hard launch your relationship? Would you ever hard...
Whose relationship would I hard launch?
No. Well, that's a great question. Can you hard launch mine if I ever...
Yeah. I'll
That's
hard launch
fine.
yours.
But like, what celebrity on planet Earth
I
would
also-
you want to hard launch? your relationship.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah,
have-
definitely not Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman. Like,
They're like third for me.
yeah.
Now, for our viewers, who is Keith Urban?
Yeah, fuck off with
Kidding.
that. Fuck off with that. I'm thinking like Leonardo DiCaprio at a club with a young model, and I'm in the background.
Okay, so Leo's smooching his little kissers.
Yeah.
His little lippy tippers.
You are a White Claw deep because you're talking like a fucking
Beauty.
lunatic. Talking like
Daddy
a
wants a second. Daddy wants a second. White Claw.
It's so
No, I
nuts.
actually just feel like I found my
turn into
energy.
a maniac.
Can I be honest with you? The first 18 minutes, I feel like I was trying to figure out this podcast, and now I found my energy.
Yeah.
And it's relentless, dude.
That's good. Yeah.
It's relentless. Okay, so
And then I made you do
Hear
a
me out.
monologue.
and then I brought it back down, and now I'm up. I'm so up right now. I'm Keith Upton, dude. I'm fucking Kate Upton, dude. I'm not actually, though. That's Justin Verlander, if you don't know who he is, athlete. Okay. So, time out. Keith Urban.
I'm not saying anything.
I know. This is when you know our podcast is at our best. When you're grinning and I'm yipping. Quiet. So you want Leonardo DiCaprio to hard launch you while he's hard launching his new teenage sensation.
Exactly. A little 2-in-1, little 2 for.
Okay, so he goes 2-4 hard launch.
Yeah.
That would actually be kind of fire.
That's-
You
yeah.
people would see it. I feel
It's like, why not hard? Like, if we're going to hard launch, let's hard launch.
Let's be
I
hard
also am
while we launch.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with soft launch, hard launch as a relationship concept. It's so good.
it is.
Whoever came up with
What's
it.
a perfect soft L?
That's a really good question.
Yeah, I'm a
It's,
really good interviewer.
A perfect soft L for me would be a post where you're with friends maybe, but your new partner's there.
You're like beside them in the
Yeah.
picture? Like a little like we're at games night.
A perfect soft L is a story,
A story.
right?
An Instagram story or a
Yeah.
bedtime story? I'm going to soft launch
now
you.
that you ask that,
I'm going to send a voice note to all my friends to bed, and I'm going to sort of soft launch you at the end.
so
And then the child ate worms.
and then nut nap.
And then we nut nap into a soft L. Okay, so you a little soft L, like they're
Little
out and
soft
about.
L into a nut nap.
I think maybe on an Instagram story, this might be a bit of a beauty take too. I think maybe it takes 2 stories to launch. 2 stories to
Yeah,
soft
okay,
launch
okay.
in like a 2-week period.
Yeah,
So
fair
someone's
enough.
like, "Oh, they're back."
They're like, yeah, or like a real soft launch, like a velvety soft.
nice. The velvet fog.
Is like a cheers, and it's like that person's like arm.
Oh,
It's
do you
their
throw
arm.
a tag?
And a
A
tag is a horny
Okay,
move.
horny
though.
soft launch.
Yeah.
Sans face.
Sans face.
Little cursive tag.
Yeah.
In the bottom right corner. Drinks.
Cursive.
You have to go cursive font. You can show some class while you soft launch.
You know what's my favorite way of tagging people in stories? So is doing it so you blend the color into like the background so you don't see. So do you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
they
yeah.
can share it, but no one like sees that you're tagging them. That's kind of funny though to do. If someone was soft launching me and they like hid my tag, I'd be like,
That's not a
"Fuck
soft
you."
launch.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I wouldn't repost that. Do you
this dude.
repost a soft launch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Eh?
Yeah.
Shit, man. This is kind of fire content by us.
Stories are so horny, and the
Yeah.
whole concept of stories is just to be horny and just to get
Dude, if
fucked.
like the concept of a story is basically like A, I'm out,
Yeah.
horn time. B, soft launch, horn time. C, like no one's ever
promo.
gone to
now
a Jays game.
Now I do a lot of promo on my stories. You know,
I do. Code Jimmer10, baby. But like, we're going to a Jays game
for
tonight.
anything, use code Jimmer10. Anything you
Any
would like.
product you're buying, Jimmer10. We're going.
Are we going to a Jays game tonight?
We got to go soon. No, we're going to a Jays game. You know, we're both gonna, without even talking about, like, post a picture of like the stadium.
Yeah, sure.
That's sort of a like.
Dome
That's a feeling
open, dome off.
because then you're like, who's
No
here?
dome.
No domer, baby. No. Hey, no. Kidding. Yeah.
That was one of my first jokes. I remember was like, I don't even know what the joke was or what the setup was like, but it was like, sex should be like the Sky Dome in the middle of the summer, no dome, baby. Like that was something to the punchline, and it was just.
That's like a 4 out of 10 in the middle of a line.
Not very chill. Yeah, not a very chill. Trying too hard. Well, hard launch.
No one's good. No one in stand-up's good.
Everything now is either soft launch or hard launch. Everything.
A hard launch would be a post.
A hard launch is a post. A hard launch is like a couple post grid. We're going grid.
Yeah, you grid it?
Yeah.
Maybe like 2 or 3 pictures on the post.
Ooh, that's rock hard.
Yeah, you know what's a good hard launch?
What?
You take them to a buddy's wedding.
Okay.
And that's when you launch.
Yeah.
For the world to see.
I'd say that's a classic.
It's a classic.
I'd say that's a classic.
What's wrong with the classics?
No, nothing's wrong.
Nothing's wrong with the classics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Soft launch, hard launch, medium launch.
There's definitely a range. It's a whole spectrum.
Now, what if you think you're pulling off a soft launch? Okay. So you're like,
I could see this happening to you.
that's why I'm talking about it.
This is why you're getting very specific with.
So it's June 13th. So you go, you're rocking a like, I think this will be a fun little soft launch. You sauce it out there. You sauce the tag. No repost.
Okay.
By them.
Okay.
Like not even really an acknowledgement of that.
Sure.
That's red flag central.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I argue that. Of course that's a red flag.
Also social media is not real life.
Well,
this
how
is
else
the
are you
thing
gonna
is
tell somebody
Will is not on social media, although he has Instagram, and sometimes he'll go on his desktop, which I'm like, this is creepier than it being on your phone. But he doesn't have it on his phone. He doesn't post. He doesn't go on it. And yeah, I tagged him in so many things when we first started dating, and I would be like, yeah, Instagram is real life. This is how I announce that. And yeah, he often will argue that like social media isn't real life. And I'm like, the thing about it is that it is.
It's our life. It's our whole life.
No, but I wish I didn't have to have social media. And you could argue, this is just how I say that I'm jealous of sober people. You could argue that you could do it.
I'm gonna throw this out here. I'm gonna throw this out here, and I'm not trying to make excuses. The moment I got rid of all my social media, I started doing way less shows. Stopped like talking to comedians. Like
sure.
I just lost all that.
It's
content.
a network. Yeah, it's very important in our career, for sure. But also Will, once when we started dating, said something to me like, yeah, well, I've like put you in my story. And I was like, I would know if you put me in your story.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I would know. Yeah. Like I would, if anyone would know.
I bet you I was in his story before you were.
Totally. Yeah.
100%. When did you guys hard launch? What would you say your hard launch was?
I think I did a hard launch. I did a soft launch that was like in the park.
Was that on my birthday?
No. That wasn't my hard launch. I think that was my hard launch.
I think you're
was your
right.
birthday.
I think my birthday was your hard launch.
Yeah.
And we like talked at each other like the exact same person for like 3 hours sitting in the park.
You and Will?
Yeah. Because
was that when you met him?
Yeah. That was the first time I met him.
Crazy.
And I remember Lauren.
Oh, I feel like he was being extra insane.
No, but same. We were like,
yeah.
Lauren after was like, you guys are the, like, I like watch you guys talk at each other and like you talk the exact same.
Right. That's very fun.
We just were like excited to meet each other.
Yeah,
And we were like going
and then
back
after
he
was laughing so hard at you, which I was like rolling my eyes. I was like, ugh, okay. But then I'm like, oh yeah, no.
My birthday, that was sort of my thing for that birthday. I was like, I gotta impress fucking Will, dude.
Right. Yeah.
I gotta make Will like me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that was pandemic.
But it was coming out of the pandemic. Yeah. Because like pandemic kind of like we started going outside again in like May-ish, right?
Yeah.
And my birthday was June. Coming up, guys.
But that's so crazy like that the months would go where we wouldn't really hang out. That makes me so sad.
Yeah, this is the only reason I like doing the podcast. For the person who's like, you guys should not ever needs a podcast, I'm just doing this because I get to hang out with my friend and we're going to a Jay-Z tonight and you're probably not.
That person can eat my ass.
That person's probably at the Peterborough Pete's game. Loser.
Yeah, for sure.
Just kidding. Go Pete's.
4 kids and fucking hates their life. On TikTok, just
let's not sink to their level.
You know what? I love all my haters. I agree with all of them.
My haters are right.
That's
the main issue.
I wish I wasn't. I will repeat myself. I wish I wasn't doing this.
We may as well wrap it up. I was trying to think. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Lana's partner,
Cable,
because he was fired up for the podcast.
Yeah, that's great.
So we love him.
We're making people's days, and it's great.
And then, really quickly, I want to say who I would want to hard launch me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't ask you.
I didn't even think of it until right now, but now I really want to have somebody, and I kind of want it to be like a fun athlete, or oh my god, this is so hard. I shouldn't have brought this up because now I have nothing. Now it's just dead air.
You need to.
Okay, hard launch. Who is like an all-time Zac Efron?
Okay.
Or Channing Tatum? No, I go to Channing Tatum. I want Channing Tatum to hard launch me. I want Zac Efron to soft launch me. Zac me Efron. And Channing babe doll. Take me home, Channing, to hard launch me. Okay. With his ex-wife.
I think you might have a different idea of hard launch right now. You just want to get fucking...
It sounds like I want to party with Channing Tatum and Zac Efron, which I do.
Sounds like you want to get pig roasted by...
No, don't say that. I'm a vegetarian. I
will not pig roast because I'm a vegetarian. I will not get pig roasted. Any other move?
Eiffel Tower, let's get it.
Yeah.
And you said I don't watch movies.
Yeah.
And I watched all of Philip Seymour Hoffman, great movies.
All of his movies? Oh.
Well, no, I watched 3 of them, Hunger Games. And then also the last 3 Hunger Games, which were his last movies. One time I did, about a decade ago, I was hanging out with a girl in Toronto, probably like the second girl I've ever gone on a date with.
Okay.
And it was when I was living with my old roommate, Drizzy.
Yeah.
Old Drizzers. And we were up on the patio, or up on our rooftop hanging out, and he came up. And I had just been talking about how I love Zac Efron and Channing Tatum, and I will never forget this bond with him.
Okay.
Because we looked at each other, and I was like, he was like, oh, nice to meet you. And I was like, who's the best actor in the world? 3, 2, 1. And we both went, Zac Efron. And then I was like, but also who's the second best actor in the world? 3, 2, 1. And we both went, Channing Tatum. And she was like, what the fuck? And we actually didn't plan it at all.
No way. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, we're all getting pig roasted by them tonight. Later, babies.
See you at the Jays game.